Hey, what's up? It's me, Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Getting to the end of the Introvert series. And now I'm just gonna do a light coat over a couple of slumber parties that I was actually permitted to, allowed to go to during my time during pre-K through my senior year. I think I was only permitted to go to 2 out of the many that I was invited to. So, and the only reason I got to go to those is because my dad gave me the stamp of approval, meaning that it was okay according to his standards that I could go, because those people were quote unquote godly people. And I'm like, oh God. My first slumber party, I think they both happened when I was in middle school, and I think maybe my 8th grade year, I think I got to go to 2 of them. So I only had definitions of what they would be like or what they were supposed to be like via TV and Babysitter's Club. That comes to mind. Babysitter's Club and how girls were supposed to act. And now, I'm not the one, I wasn't the one who was interested in doing the nail polishing and fingernail polishing together. To this day, I think that's kind of idiotic, because why would I want to go with someone else and get my nails polished? I don't need you around for that. But I like the overall fact that there was a bunch of girls hanging out together. I already made up in my mind, based on the stereotypical things that girls were supposed to do at slumber parties, that I wasn't going to participate. But I would still involve myself by not being a bump on the log, but just happy to be there. I would have found some makeshift way to just figure out a way to enjoy myself. But I already knew the odds were stacked against me, whether or not I was ever going to go to a slumber party or not. I knew I wasn't going to get into trouble. I knew that girls did get into mischief, because that's what they do. Mischief meaning probably playing truth or dare games. So trouble meaning something stupid like, I dare you to go outside and walk around the block all by yourself. The things that were mischievous to us that are kind of innocent now, but just things like that. Or I dare you to go put shaving cream on your sister's face while she's sleeping. Or I dare you to take this Sharpie and draw on your dad's face fake eyebrows. Things of that nature. I still wouldn't have done it, but it wasn't bad things that people do from at college. Now that's a whole nother ball of wax. So I knew it couldn't have been that bad. So I did get to go to 2, and I didn't like them. I thought they were boring. But I was just glad to get out of the house and to just have some experience. I can't say that. They were boring to me, but I still enjoyed being there. I can't say that. I did like the preparation work, because both slumber parties were tailored and factored around a birthday party. So it was a birthday party / slumber party. So I did enjoy the prep work prior to the slumber party, shopping for presents. Now that was fun. Now I do enjoy shopping for gifts for others, because that is just so fun. So I did enjoy that, and bringing the gift over and keeping my word, because I said I would attend, and I attended. That's what I really enjoyed about it. Just the fulfillment fact that I did want to go, and I participated as far as bringing a really thoughtful gift and being there, because I filled out my RSVP card and I went. I think I like the responsibleness of fulfillment outside of just actually enjoying the party. But I'm glad I was able to go. And that's about all I have to say about that. I can probably go into the things they did, and they were the actual stereotypical things. Like, I'm thinking of both slumber parties together, and they both mirrored in the same. It was a lot of girls, so I knew it was going to be a lot of talking, so that was no surprise. My only dread was the fact that I didn't want them to involve me in anything. I'm like, you already know I'm quiet, so don't pressure me into trying to get involved in your conversation. You know that whatever you guys have to say in secret sharing time moments that I'll never tell my parents, you already know I'm not going to say anything. And to this day, I haven't said anything. So why don't you guys just vent out your secrets and let me just get my popcorn or my bag of Fritos or whatever I brought, and just let me enjoy listening. Because now that was good entertainment, just listening to those girls' stories. I can tell you this much. It's a shame that poor parenting caused us as girls to experience and endure so many unfortunate pitfalls in life. I can't say that much. So, being that I'm a parent now, you know, I'm learning, and I've learned that, oh boy, you gotta give your kids a little bit more leniency. Strengthen up that loose lack, don't have the leash so tight. Slumber parties though, overall, I did get invited to a lot of them, but they already knew from jump that I wasn't going to be able to go, so they didn't ask me, so I didn't feel excluded. It was just a thing that the student body knew as we grew up together, that, well, she can't go anywhere, so why even bother asking? I got used to that, but it still was a hard pill to swallow, because that meant there wasn't anything that was less and less of stuff I was able to socialize with or connect with. I didn't have anything to connect with my peers with, simply because I was excluded by force and not by choice. It would have been different if I chose not to. There was a lot of things in life that I just didn't take interest in, but I wouldn't have said no to, because I knew that getting out there would have helped. No different from the slumber party. I foresaw that it was going to be boring as HE double hockey sticks, but I would not have denied it. Yeah, I knew that getting out in the world would have been refreshing for me, and also it would have helped me have more conversations outside of my family, So I'm not that stuffy when it comes to mingling. I do know that it is important to get out there. Oh, let's see here. What else can I say about the slumber parties? Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. They talked a lot. That was a given. They shared war stories and secrets and, pinky swear stuff that you're not supposed to tell everyone else. I didn't. I just listened and I learned stuff. Or it just confirmed things that I already knew. We ate food and watched a movie. I know at one slumber party, oh yeah, that's when I first watched Congo, with that monkey that went around biting everybody and getting people sick, like how COVID-19 is, except it's with bats. We watched Congo, and I thought that was exciting because I heard a lot of hoopla and hype going around about that movie when it first came out. So when it hit home, hit home meaning like available on VHS, because VHSs were all we had back then. We watched it. I was highly disappointed because the movie was not that good. I was so ticked off. I'm like, everybody was talking about, oh girl, did you see Congo? It was good. When I first saw it, I'm like, you guys overhyped it. So I overexpected. So when you guys hyped the movie so much, I was expecting all that hype, but it wasn't. So Honestly, it wasn't until recently this year, maybe 2 days ago, since I watched it again. So that was 8th grade. So my gosh, that was probably like 25 or 30 years ago since I've seen that movie. But when I saw it again in today's time, which is about 2 days ago with my husband, it was actually good because I was in a different frame of mind and I wasn't in that moment where people overhyped the movie. So yeah, it's a good movie now, but back then they were hyping it up like it was Scarface or something. Now Scarface is a good movie. That's the kind of praise they were giving Congo. So I'm like, hey, this is about to be good. Ow! Oh my gosh. So I had a chip on my shoulder because the movie was whack to me back then. I believe we ordered pizza, and I was just amazed at how big the girl's house was, so here we go. It was like mixed feelings of like, gosh, why our family so goddamn poor? Can I go now? On the principle of being humiliated internally, things of that nature. I didn't want to leave, but I wanted to leave internally because I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so effing poor. Can I go now? I don't want to be reminded how poor we are, how ununified our family is. I just don't need more salt in a wound that I know that is there. And those were the reasons I wanted to leave because, the more I saw and how I saw the girls talk amongst themselves and discuss how much freedoms they had, and from like going places and from the foods, I realized more and more that my father was very controlling. Because I'm like, dang, we can't even eat that at home. Shoot, I had to kind of sneak these Fritos out just to, take to the party just in case they have food I didn't like. Like, wow, we are not living normal, are we? Slumber parties. Wow. I don't miss it, and I'm glad I went, but I'll never do it again if I had the opportunity. Speaking fars past in back then. What else? Pillow fight, of course. I know exactly who the girl is, but I won't say the name. I knew she intentionally hit me really hard on purpose because she just didn't like me because I was quote unquote too good and had long hair. She hit me really hard and it hurt like HE double hockey sticks, but I played it off because it's like, this is no place to fight, and I know if I pushed her through the window where she was standing, I would never be able to go anywhere again. It would just mess up everything. So I played it off. So I took that one, but it hurt really bad, and I never told anybody. I never told my parents neither because I knew I would never be able to go anywhere. But I knew she intentionally hit me really hard like that on purpose. That wasn't a pillow fight. And I honestly thought when they said pillow fight, I tried to get out of the way because I knew how girls were. I thought I was going to get beat up more than what I got because they can just low-key take their aggressions out on each other now. So I knew girls could be dirty, and I worried about my hair because I didn't know if anyone was going to try to cut my hair like what happened in 5th grade. So I knew what I was up against, but I still wanted the experience because just because we don't have a lot in common don't mean I can find my own fun within the party. So I try my best to find my own fun, and thank God I didn't get hurt too bad, or nobody cut my hair, or I woke up and something was like physically wrong with me, because that would have been a perfect time for one of those girls to hurt me or even poison me, and that's sad. So I made it through. I'll never do it again. Yes, it was very boring, but I found solace in just knowing that I went because I wanted to, and it wasn't an obligation, or no one forced me this time. Two different birthday parties, pretty much the same experience. And it just reminded me of how off kilter our family was and how out of touch we were as a family. So that's life as an introvert, going to 2 slumber parties, and only 2 slumber parties within my lifetime. And that's what I learned.